Hello, welcome to Flux Bug Scrub number 12. Let's get started. First issue we have here is from Notification Controller about X509, certificate signed by unknown authority, filed by 10 days ago. Looks like it's this issue specific to Teams. I don't have a Microsoft Teams instance, so I cannot follow this up.
Or it may be to adding a new certificate to the container. You're talking about putting it into etc/SSL/sex. And I think that on some instances, it requires the reconfiguration run of SSL to get the certs into the right thing, but I'm not sure. I think what should happen is that someone tries to put a custom cert into the container.
Can they do that? That's not really the supported way, right? We want them to attach a secret somewhere, or
It depends on how they. Or wait, I'm not really familiar with the notification controller in the way that.
It says we added a config map with root CA. So there may be something wrong with the config map.
oh, it's in the config map. Okay.
The certificate,
And mounted it. Yeah, I don't think they're supposed to mount anything to the container, but I could be wrong.
Then it probably is a declaration in the API. Wait, let me put up the those.
But Stefan, he marked it as a bug, so which makes me feel like it's a general issue.
No, the provider spec has a third secret ref field, and you can give a CA certificate to that provider, and it should then be used. Or is he adding a new root certificate?
I think that is, yeah, a new root certificate.
Yeah, then it should be added to etc. as so, but I think then the config of the container should be updated.
Is this in this page somewhere that I can link him to? I don't see what you're talking about. Self-signed certificates, I see. Specification. Cert secret ref. So you think it's properly labeled as a bug? I'm not really sure.
I'm not sure either. I'm just asking more questions.
I don't really follow what's going on here. Is this a
I will reply to it. What's the issue number?
247 on notification controller. And if it helps to have the spreadsheet,
No, I'm fine. I have it now. Thanks.
Put it in the chat here. Okay. Oh, this one is from Flux CD bot. But repo Terraform provider needs update, I guess. And this one is pre-commit hooks. Someone wanted to add pre-commit hooks to the website. Or what? I'm interested. No comment. Oh, docs, okay. Let's check hook. That's interesting. Validates values of Helm release using Helm lint. I've never seen anyone actually use Helm lint. The one time I went to go look at how does Helm lint work, I think I found it didn't do the thing that I wanted, and I forgot about it.
I think I have used it in some Helm charts CI, and it was helpful in avoiding some silly mistakes.
So who would be the right person to review this? Or do we just add it? I mean, I guess we're not really accepting a change here. It's just listed in the, I'm just going to write that.
Um, oh, the this is called pre-commit. The person is adding is his own pre-commit project, right?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't really
Yeah.
look too closely at the list of,
Right. It's the same username. It's adding their own project into this.
integration. This is not really the place for this, is it? No, this is like, I see. This is major integrations. So where do we tell them to put this then?
Let's check.
Extensions? Or, well, some sort of other, yeah, not an integration, but it's just a tool, right?
Yeah.
Is there something like awesome Flux page where you have all the Flux related projects?
Oh, no, but that would be a great idea. Can you put that in the Flux community repository issue list thing?
There's
the-
an awesome GitOps Weaveworks repo too.
Yeah, no, but there's Flux CD/community in GitHub. And it has its own issue list with like Flux related issues. And community IDs, etc. That would be the place to put that sign.
On the community website, you mean?
No, to create an issue there to have a list with
Oh,
basically figure out a way to expand the page we currently have so that there is room for more different types of projects.
I've never seen that.
you should maybe reload the page. Whoop. What happened?
Why is the number issues 1, 2, 3 also? Hoping get it right.
Can you open 122?
Let's see. We'll try 120. That one's okay. All right, it's back. What will we call things like this? If it's not an integration, it's a
It's an utility kind of tool. And then you can have different types of categories depending how big of a list it becomes, right?
It's like some tooling, right?
It should maybe be moved to a website, by the way. Uh,
I think there's a move button, right? Move issues from one project to another.
There is.
Maybe you
but
don't have
I'm not
access.
sure I
for
have that
that.
as a triage role. That's surprising. I would think that would be,
Refresh the page.
did you just give me some new access? Oh, you
Uh,
transferred it. You moved it. Great. These are major, what do we got here? Like, these are platforms built with Flux.
it's a hook, so it's oh yeah.
It's like a developer tools tool, falls in that category to help the developers.
Yeah, like the validate script we have ourselves in one of the example repositories. It was like do you use any pre-commit hooks?
I don't use it, but I've seen people use it.
No, I've used them before and I've always, actually, I am in the habit of typing git commit -n now. Even though I don't have pre-commit hooks in any of my repos, -n turns them off. Okay, we looked at this one. Sort of blocked. What do we got here? Wait, that's pre-commit hook to validate Helm releases. That's the same thing, but in a discussion. Okay. I'm just gonna give it one of those. Customization reconciling forever. I bet I know what this is. Oh, I might have already answered this one. Has everyone already seen this issue before? You're probably all familiar with this by now. I think we answered this last week. Sunny, you and I probably together. The time
Alright.
note and the interval is the same.
Mhm.
It won't be much longer. Cluster provisioning using Flux with Cluster API. Looks like it was answered.
I have not used GitHub discussions. Can the person who's asking mark an answer as answered?
They can, yeah.
Can, right?
Yep. They thumbs up this one instead of marking it as the answer. I don't know
Okay.
why, but it's probably because they're not familiar with GitHub discussions either. I don't think a lot of groups use this yet. It's still a new feature in beta. Oh, I'm not going to look at this. This is something to do with the website, and it doesn't look right. I don't even see it. Can anyone see the vertical line they're worried about?
Which vertical line?
I don't see it.
In the
Blur
image.
text.
Huh?
What image? Wait, no, I have the full screen, your screen share. It's below the GitOps family of projects text.
Oh, it says vertical line. That's why I didn't see it. It's a
Oh,
horizontal line.
vertical.
Or the horizontal line.
Depends on the angle you're looking at it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say we didn't take any action on that one. Azure DevOps Git. I would really like to look at some of these. I'm gonna get my chance real soon, but some of these vendor integration products, I really have no idea how Azure DevOps Git works or how any of Microsoft's integrations with Flux work. And I think that's true about all of the vendor integrations I've heard of.
There will soon be added more tests for the Azure DevOps ones.
This is specifically just a Git provider, right? Or does it also integrate? It must also integrate DevOps features for it to be called Azure DevOps.
Oh, they mean just integration with OAuth endpoints, I think. Yeah. As long as you're actively using them to perform Git operations. That's the interesting part. What's active? Because reconciliations aren't necessarily constant active operations.
I think that the answer has something to do with, you know how the OAuth flow works?
Yeah.
So I happen to have one right here. This is my OAuth.
Yeah, it makes the refresh token, yes, but what's the expiration date or time on their token? That's
Well, the refresh token gets its own expiration time. That's different than the short-lived token.
yeah.
So like they could be 24 hours or they could be 7 days. I don't know. It doesn't say here. So I guess the answer for this person is we haven't really thought about it. This is the first we've heard of it.
Well, no, it's not the first I've heard of the authentication, but I haven't figured out how it would be, or I haven't really thought about how it would fit into the API and what it would mean mechanically and etc. So interesting idea, but no idea when or what or how.
And it looks to be an experimental support.
Yes,
Sure
but
we
that
should
means that
start.
most of the time when something is experimental, we have seen it with Helm charts as well. People are going to start to move over because for some reason it's better. Or it's the same with Helm OCI charts, which we can't support at the moment because the format and API is private.
Okay. Oh, this reminds me of something that came up this morning. Just had a random thought. Wouldn't it be cool if we had more reflector controllers, like a Git tag reflector controller and Helm repo chart reflector controller. I was just thinking, because it would be nice if image update automation could be used, but not only with images. Because we have various automations that you can do, but they don't all write back to Git. And I think that's a common ask. I'm not suggesting that anyone on the call drop what they're doing and write one of these controllers now, but that seems like something I always like to think about, like if random community members were to start.
Yeah, but that design has always been left over. In the image automation controller, you will also notice that there has been explicitly left room in the code for it to, for example, write also to others or take from other sources, I think. So there's always has been the idea for expanding the model. But when
I think this question came up on my call on cloud native at scale the other day. Sort of, in a way. Someone was trying to handle depends on with a Flagger canary inside of a Helm chart. And the issue was that they have depends on, which you would expect not to progress until the rollout is actually completed, but you have the canary that's holding the rollout back until the metrics say it can proceed all the way to the end. And none of these resources, as far as we could tell, were the right place to put the health check to say, okay, it's actually finished now, and you can proceed on after the Flagger canary is over. I didn't have a good answer for that person, and I don't think I have a good answer for this person either, except maybe they have a specific question rather than, let's see. Sometimes the deployment failed and the actual image wasn't actually released. Mismatch between what is reflected in Git and what is an actual cluster. Can we use image update automation to add a comment of image tag in cluster 2? I don't know how to respond to this.
A comment, what do you mean with comment?
I think that they have the idea that the comment might actually be reflected in the Kubernetes YAML once it's in the cluster, which is the wrong idea. The comments are not part of the YAML data structure. They
No, it's stripped away
at apply time.
Yeah, people think that often.
Yeah.
I'm doing something exciting, by the way. I'm installing Mac OS on Linux. This is going to be great.
Hackintosh or VM.
I needed to test the developer experience for the source controller because Michael tried out my PR and it failed to detect OpenSSL. And installing the right version of libgit with Brew is kind of a challenge too. Surprise, surprise. So I now want to experience it myself so I can debug it in the meantime.
I think there is a.
I did the opposite over the weekend. I set up Linux in a QEMU. Well, actually, I already had Linux in a QEMU VM, but I wanted it to be usable, like actually nice. And I found this QEMU ver GL script here, which macOS will nicely preview for me. And that's really nice. I didn't ever see it do that before.
I'm running macOS in the same. Someone's open source, who is it?
I think there is a Docker image for Mac.
Yeah, but that's headless, right?
That's what you need, right?
No, I need it including the head.
So there's this really neat thing. It boots up. And it's a fully accelerated headful VM. Except for one thing, I think that it tries to emulate the DPI of the actual screen that you're on. So the VM can have its own resolution that's independent of the actual screen resolution that you have it hosted on. And this works great because you can resize the window, and the window itself is composited through OpenGL. So it all looks great, even if it isn't exactly perfect to scale, except when you switch monitors. So this VM was started on my laptop screen, and I dragged it over to the 4K screen here. And there's no way out of this other than rebooting that I can tell. If I drag it back over to my other window, it goes to a perfect full screen representation, and everything is 3D accelerated, and it's really nice. But that's completely out in left field. But I'm afraid of what kind of 3D nightmares you're going to have hitting running Linux in a VM. I'm sorry, Mac OS in a VM on Linux. I wish you luck.
6 minutes remaining. But I'm already not excited anymore because it started like with a positive 13, and I think it has been longer than, well, 7 minutes now. Must have been, yeah. So it's probably slow as hell with writing data too. And I'm going.
Are you using that thing that's called Sosumi, or is there a different way in? There's this SOSUMI thing for Linux.
Oh, that's based on the same thing as I'm using. Yeah, based on macOS Simple KVM. That's what I'm using.
I don't know what to tell this person about what to do. Is there an alert you're supposed to fire when Flagger, like Prometheus Alert Manager alert, when a Flagger canary is in a failed state?
But it's at least a way, probably, if I think the metrics are exposed, to detect it. But
Flagger Alert Manager. Well, this is not what I was looking for. Canary analysis with, here we go, that. What do you call this? This is like a alert level event. Is there a better name for that?
my macOS boots.
There's a lot of stuff you can probably glean from best ways to run QEMU on macOS. I think VirtIO is the same, whether you're on macOS or on another platform. You want to make sure all the VirtIO things are enabled because they're much faster than. There's probably specific directions for how that works on when you're emulating a macOS. Does it look like it's working decently anyway?
Slow. It's still loading.
Bitbucket stash support.
Oh, we looked into this last week, right?
Yes, we did. I didn't mark it. We looked at it. It was in progress then. That's why we didn't give it any mark. I'm just going to give it one of these. How to know what is holding reconciliation in progress. I looked at the wrong one. Wait, how did we get this one to last? We're missing a, oh, I answered it. I'm just going to mark it as the answer, I guess. Yeah, we did. We discussed.
We
this
answered it
too.
last week. Right?
Yeah. Okay, that'll fall off the sheet this time.
Looks like it's an ongoing thing. Stefan is handling.
Yeah, cool. Do we want to put a label on it or just
This is like an integration thing, right? Is there an integration label extension?
I think there's one for
Alerting.
feedback was given about what we need. Maybe just give it question. That's kind of
Just, this
closest.
is a PR.
Yeah. Well, Stefan asked for something here, so I don't know. It's probably fine.
I should
to
leave it.
alone. Okay. Test env, test refactor.
Oh, that's me.
That is you. I skipped this one.
That hangs on Michael, I think. Which one did you click on?
B1 beta 2 here.
Oh no, nothing here. It's being worked on.
I was going to go in and try it this afternoon. Is it inadvisable or
Oh no, it works.
it's in a state
Yes.
where you can use it and
In the customized control, it should work. It is just being factored out in different PRs so that it's better to review, but it should work.
cool. How about this one?
This is the refactor of the image automation controller test, which was using end test. This is to use the test and so it restructures the test to be more Go-like table tests. And there I found some there is a test case where the actual test is not there. It was removed some time back. So there needs to be some discussion around that.
Isn't there a way to pull up a split view here? I thought.
There
You
is
have to
a
read the settings jump to next to the jump to
Ah,
split, right? And then reload the page. Apply and reload. Yeah. It's a very big change. The whole structure changes.
yeah, that's why it wouldn't be very good to read it in diff form. Cool. Is there anything we need to look at here? Do you want to?
Nothing.
Okay.
I remember yesterday in the community meeting, Stefan was talking about adding access control test in this. Like we have some access control tests in the image reflector. And I think he was mentioning that I think that's what I understood, to add some similar test in image automation as well. Tere, do you know about it?
No,
Accessing
I
resources
haven't talked much to. Stefan just came back yesterday, I think, from his vacation. And I had the day off yesterday, and I was pretty busy today with other meetings and my own stuff, so I haven't really synced with Stefan yet. But what this might be from today, or well, 20 days ago I started. But
This is the one you're stuck working on still. Huh?
no, it's close to finished, but I just need to improve it works. Just on Mac, it's more tedious to get working, basically. So I just needed to figure out where the OpenSSL libs are, or the right documentation, like how to install properly, or I don't know, something intelligent to make the experience more pleasant. But I first need to know what it fails on. And that's hard to find out through a proxy. I always like it more to just be on the system myself, basically, and see what happens than to receive information through.
So you've got macOS VM now. That's the plan.
6 minutes remaining.
Yeah. Controller refactoring for various reconcilers. We're moving at a pretty good clip today. This is, I think, more issues than we usually visit. Well, this is for various controllers. I'm sure there's nothing for us to say about this.
I've reviewed it today. It's waiting on another pair of eyes.
Cool.
To also have a look at it. Sonny, you have sufficient things to do already. No. The notification controller PR, I looked through it. It has like really simple reconcilers that just take a declarative setting basically and translate it either to a client configuration towards Slack or through a receiver configuration, which sets up like a simple HTTP endpoint and registers it. I reviewed it, but it needs another review because it's a big change, and I want, like, sometimes I still can miss if else's and all the other small things you can miss. So
okay, I can go through it.
Would make some touchy really happy, I think. She has been notified me. Nice. I did, yeah.
I have not tried notification controller yet, so I can try it as well, get some better understanding of it.
So sorry, go ahead.
I was not seeing anything.
Yes, someone.
We're already 22 days ago now, this far down the list. That's surprising. I wonder if the math is wrong. I think it is actually. That's okay. We'll just go with it for now. Add a GCP storage provider to source controller.
This is blocked by my PR, I think, because the pipeline is broken. And that's due to libkit 2. That's why I've been busy working on solving it.
Didn't you reply to this person on Slack saying we may want to open it in a different way for extensions? You did? Yep.
Is this the same one?
Let me see. Let me see what. Can you please scroll up a bit? Can you please show the Michael's comment? Can you please show Michael's comment before commenting this?
Sure. Where did you see this one?
Okay, let me see your comment again. Can you remove merged? It first need a proper, so the test work again.
You say
Yeah, revisit and review, it's okay.
needs an emoji.
Head down or something.
Not a good, yeah.
I don't know what's that.
Is there a head down emoji?
You can go to Emojipedia and get it from there.
There's person in front of computer I want. That one will have to do.
One minute remaining. Oh, and I need to order something to eat.
Multiple repository and multiple clusters without using Helm repository. Is there any reason you need a Helm repository? Or is that useless
You can.
information?
How to handle multi-repository and multiple clusters in Flux CDV2 without using a Helm repository? You can
That
use
just feels like
you
extra
can
useless information at the end of the, like, I don't understand how Helm repository is important.
well, a Helm repository is not important. You can use multiple Git repository objects to sync multiple customization resources, and all the customization resources can contain kubeconfig configuration references, which can point towards other clusters, which can give you multi-cluster capabilities at the moment. That's a mouthful, but
They can each reference a kube config, which gives the needed access.
to sync, I would rephrase this a bit. You can use multiple Git repository objects to sync, because their English level doesn't seem to be too. We need to make it simple English. To sync, you can use multiple Git repository objects to sync to multiple clusters by
This should say Flux customization for each cluster. The customization can each reference a kubeconfig, which gives the needed access to the remote cluster. And we have a doc to refer them to, I guess.
yes.
Is there one that doesn't talk about the cluster API, or should I just send this one? This one kind of says you can define a cluster and get the kubeconfig from there. Here you refer to a secret. Where are you going to put the kubeconfig, or is that implicit like that? Oh, you just create it here. All right, so this is good, doc. Add ability to alert when a new image tag is deployed. I have this assigned to myself, but I don't know that I'm really going to be able to follow it up. I've assigned a number of things to myself at this point that going for volume. At some point, one of them will get through. Deploy Helm chart with additional resources in the same customization. Problem is the namespace is not being created. Oh. Well, this person says they sorted their problem out, so I think this thread is over. I'm just going to mark it as an answer. It's not really clear. I'm pretty sure that you can create a namespace inside of the customization. I've done this all of the different ways, and I've settled on that not being the way that I prefer. but I'm pretty sure that you can still do that. Force Flux to redo failed Helm upgrade. Ide, did you know that this was Helm operator because this says Helm version equals v3 and it wouldn't be?
Yes.
Okay.
I have set up the Mac and it thinks I'm in Belgium, but hey, we can't have everything right. Oh wait, I'm connected to a VPN. That would explain a lot of things. I wasn't.
I've actually set up my own VPN recently. I have OpenVPN Connect here, and it's for accessing the Kubernetes cluster pod and service networks. So it runs inside of a Kubernetes cluster that's running WeaveNet, and you can query DNS for service entries and do all that fun stuff like you're a pod on the cluster. It's really neat. I'm not sure if the opposite is true. I should check, see if pods can reach you. I don't think it's true. Network policy implementation does not allow Cert Manager to run HTTP 01 challenge. I have not noticed this issue, and I run HTTP challenges. But I don't think I'm using, I think actually maybe I have noticed this issue. I'm pretty sure I've disabled network policies.
I've seen some issues with network policies on Raspberry Pi K3s. So even I have to disable network policies. It fails to
Raspberry
connect.
Pi K3s, does that use Calico?
What was I using? I forgot.
Oh, it's not Calico, it's something else. It's
Traffic for routing.
there's something for CNI though. It's like special Calico or something like. It's not specific to Raspberry Pi. Here we go. Flannel with the VXLAN backend. That's what you get by default.
I thought I have something else.
And you can use Calico, it says. Canal.
I think it's traffic. I didn't see anything else. It's traffic.
Yeah, but traffic's not a CNI.
Right. Okay, it's something hidden. It's not
Traffic
running
is a
far.
ingress controller.
Ingress
and you can use it
controller.
For also, sorry, I'm not sure this is actually traffic. There's SVCLB in there too, right? So you can provision load balancer services.
Load balancer.
Network policy. Well, I'm just going to assign this one to myself. We're pretty much out of time for today. Okay, well, thank you both for joining us today, and I'm going to stop the recording and hopefully see people again soon.